All right, y'all, welcome back to the channel. We are in the home stretch on the Yamaha R9 build. We've previously done the SC Project full system. We've got the tuning solution taken care of with Rapid Bike Evo 2. We've got some ergonomic stuff from Bonamici, and we also have the protection taken care of with EvoTech Performance. And it is finally time to handle the finishing touches. And for that, we're looking at Rizoma products. We have the stealth mirrors. We've got their new flat out fender eliminator. We've got some grips and a brake lever guard. So we are going to get those things installed today. Come on with us. Okay, so while Jacob is getting the fairing pieces off so we can get to those mirrors, I'm going to get the stealth mirrors out of this box here. And if you haven't heard about stealth mirrors or haven't seen them, you've been living under a rock. Basically, Rizoma completely reinvented the mirror game back in, what was it, like 2020 when they came out with these. And yeah, these things are just really, really nice. And you can see here, we've got really nice milling. We've got the logo there. And then the cool thing about these is they flip up to expose a mirror. So there's a mirror under this protective piece right here. But yeah, so then they go back flat to provide an aerodynamic advantage and then twist up to give you a mirror. And these mirrors are literally just going to drop right into place. And then you use the stock hardware to get them mounted right in place. Okay, so this is the Rizoma brake lever protector, and this is the sport version, so it is has a little bit of a detent down. There is a standard or street version that the lever protector just comes straight off instead of having this detent. And basically what happens with this, we're using the LP200 adapter, and that is going to slide inside of most bars. And basically what happens is there is this knurling and this bolt. So this bolt, as you tighten this bolt, it is going to suck this conical shaped nut down toward the base here, and that is going to spread the knurling out. So it will then just slide in like that. And then as you spin this, it ends up grabbing a hold of the inside of your bar, and then it won't come out. So then you just get your brake protector where you want it, and then just snug it up just like that. You don't have to go crazy tight, and you are now protected. There is also an adjustment here. There's two little set screws right here. So you can pull those set screws out just a little bit and then pull this protector out, and you can basically cut it to the length that you want it to be at. So if you don't like that it's this far out here, you can end up just chopping a little piece off and then sucking it down into this housing. But that has our brake protector installed in a few seconds. One important note is to make sure that whenever you do a brake protector like this, that you have your throttle is not binding on your protector at all. So make sure that you've got a really nice clean return on your throttle, and you're good to go. And then conversely, the bar end is going to be a similar operation, but a little bit different. So the nut on the end here is basically going to screw down, and then it is going to make this plastic piece mushroom, and then that is what is going to grip the inside of the bar. So similar operation, just a little bit different. Okay, so this is the new flat out fender eliminator from Rizoma. This is a new product this year, so we're pretty excited for this one. And Jacob is working on getting the rear end of this bike off of, so we can get access. But basically, let's see what we got here. Mounting bracket, a couple more little brackets, and then some wiring, hardware, and here is the piece. So this is actually a really cool little piece because if you can see here, it kind of ends up being you know, in that same vein as the stealth stuff. So all of your tail light and your blinkers are going to be housed in this, and then they have a plate light under here. So this is basically just a one-stop shop for everything that you need for your tail light. And it ends up being like, when it's not powered on, you can see that everything just kind of goes dark and goes stealth. So this is, like I said, the flat out. So they end up having two brackets, so you can either mount it in kind of the tucked or the standard version. So really cool piece here, and all of this hardware here, or it comes with all of the connectors to just make everything really nice and plug and play with this. Okay, now with the rear fairings off of the bike, you can kind of see how this tail tighty comes on. So basically there's just 4 bolts, 2 on this side and 2 on the other side, and that is what holds this entire assembly on. And you can see it is a pretty large piece. And then under here you have your wiring, and like I said, the Rizoma piece. So under here you can see you'll have all of the bullet connectors, and then that goes to the factory plugs here. So Rizoma has provided you with all of the factory plugs, so everything is just plug and play, no splicing. You're using all of the factory harnesses and all of that, so should be easy to get installed. And this is the main bracket that those 4 bolts go in, and then these two, you can see that those are your 2 different mounting positions. So those tie in right there and basically give you either a tucked or a standard license plate mounting position. Okay, so that has the Rizoma flat out installed on the R9, and we decided to go for the tucked position just because it looks just that much more sleek. And then up front we've got the stealth mirrors. That ends up looking really cool, and because the stock units, the stock mirrors have the turn signals in there, we decided to do the light units down here, and then we've got the brake protector here, and then the Mutation grips, and then we've got the Mutation grips and the standard bar end there. So turned out pretty good.